Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Amitha. Join us weekly to get inspired by guests who'll share their success stories. Making a difference in the community with what you're passionate about is truly a blessing. Our guest today is doing just that. He's a dancer, choreographer, and a digital content creator. Let's welcome to our show Mr. Yashwanth Koppala.
Hi,
Hi, and I will call you Yash because you're very popular in the community, and that's what people who know you, which I have the inside scoop, so I'll call you Yash.
thank you,
So,
Amita. How are
so
you
Yash,
doing?
uh, we are good, and we are so glad that you can come today and talk to us, and we're going to inspire the viewers today with your story. First of all, let's start off with telling our viewers a little bit about your growing up and education.
Sure. Myself Yashwanth Koppala, and I'm from south part of India, basically from Hyderabad, Telangana. So I've grown up in entire my journey of my life in Hyderabad, and I've completed my graduation in BSc Electronic Computer Science. So and then I started working in IT sectors. So I first moved to a QA as a quality analyst. For a couple of MNC company, and then I worked as a business analyst.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, see, we've introduced you as an artist, and see, there's a whole other side of you here as growing up. So, interesting. What brought you to Canada?
Well, it's one of my goal to go abroad and do my higher studies. And since I was into an IT sector, so I didn't have good opportunity at early stages. Then I started taking it a little bit serious, and then I choose between US and Canada. Then I moved to Canada in the year 2015, and I've done my post graduation in the business program in Canada.
Amazing. Well, we are glad you chose Canada, and we are lucky to have you here. So, now tell us where and when was this dancer born in you?
So, it's a very long story, but I'll keep it very short. So when I was a kid, definitely kids enjoy the music. So I was at age of 5, I remember, because my parents usually used to tell me every time that your first dance was started at one event. So we had a relative wedding, and then me and my brother, we both are dancers. So he and me, then we have danced one song, and it was so good, and people all encouraged us, and that's when my journey began, and then started professionally to getting on a train with so many masters and instructors, and that's how I began my journey.
Wow. So I must say your story is like a positive story when it comes to stereotyping South Asian families, where usually we hear about South Asian families not supporting, their children if they want to go towards the arts. But this sounds like such a positive story that it can inspire people and probably also give some guidance to South Asian parents who don't encourage their children to take up the arts. I mean, you have done both sides, the IT side and the dancing side, and it's so refreshing to hear that your parents were supportive, including your brother. So tell
Yes.
us a little bit more about that.
So yes, as you said, most of the south part of India, its parents' support is the major key role for the success. And as I started my journey, from the day one when I started choosing a dance, my parents have stood beside me, and every event that we have started, like for any competition, for any program that we have got an opportunity, they were all the time in front of us, like, okay, let's do it. So without their support, and I would have not been today in this position. They've been every single night. I've seen how they have struggled as doing their regular works hours, and then they gave us time to take us towards the competitions, be part of the competition costume. It's not only me. I used to even have a group even back home. So we were like 5 to 6 friends, and all together we used to go for competitions, and we used to do a dance competition, because that's the age that it's all like stage dance competitions and reality shows. So my parents have been like all the time, supporting towards my success, and I always owe them forever.
That's so sweet of you. And I really like this whole story about the family being supportive. And like you said, it's important to have that support, yeah, and including the team that you were talking about behind you. So now tell us, let's dive then right into the styles of dancing or choreographing that you do.
Yeah. So, so basically, I've started learning with south part of dance styles, which is more of like Ghana style and freestyle, hip hop, western. Yeah. So I was trained basically in those from the childhood, and and I started learning as classical also because I'm one of an Indian art form. Basically, it's an Indian traditional dance form. So I started learning a semi-classical because I'm not a classical dancer, but yes, know the basics of the classical dance form, and then I've trained at least for a year from a proper professional instructors. So apart from this, and I also learned doing Bollywood when I started when I moved into teenage group, and then I've started meeting so many Bollywood choreographers and worked with them. Not only with Bollywood, also with the Tollywood and Collywood. So like Prabhudeva Master was one of our my master and Guruji, and I worked with his younger brother, and we all had a reality show. So we used to be more with learning a new dance forms, and then Bollywood also being also one of the dance form which we started learning, and then I'm more into experts in hip hop, western, Bollywood, semi-classical, freestyle, and I remember doing one reality show where Bosco Caesar was the key judges for that reality show, which was happened in Tollywood. So we used to have a specifically a choreographer assigned to all the artists. So I've also trained under contemporary from them.
Amazing. All in 1 year, you have everything in you. And oh, wow, you have thrown some very big names there, like Prabhudeva, Bosco Caesar. And
Yes.
that's not it. You have not, you have much more to talk to us about how you have worked with internationally acclaimed choreographers and shows. But before that, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to dancer, choreographer, and digital content creator Yashwanth Koppala, or as I call you, Yash. So, Yash, it's been quite a great journey you've shared with us, and we are talking about your experience as a dancer, choreographer on your way from India to Canada. So, tell us more.
So, as I said, like, so before I moved to Canada, so I had a break of in my dancing career for like about 2 to 3 years. I was not into any of the dancing because I just moved to an IT sector to when I was working with a QA, and so my dancing career was a little bit paused during that period of time. But as soon as I moved to Canada, so the first thing which I was looked was where any institutions or any kind of dancing academies in GTA that who I can go and start working with them. So that was the first step I did as soon as I landed in Canada, apart from my studies. So that's something a passion which I've been not doing it since long time. So then I decided, okay, let me look for a good or the Bollywood academies where I can start working with them, or then I know what exactly the market is in GTA. So that how my journey began in 2016. I got into an academy and then I started dancing, and I was an instructor first, and I started teaching everyone, all the age groups, and then slowly I get into the shows, and I started doing it. And yes, of course, we all been made during those events, and so that's how the journey began in 2016.
That is amazing, Yash. I mean, like you said, as soon as you landed in Canada, you went right after your goal. You knew
Right
what you
after,
wanted.
that was
Yeah,
that, that was only the mind actually, because yes, of course, everyone wants to do some kind of a part-time jobs, and that's where the students' lives are. Like they wanted to look for the part-time job so that they can start saving some money. But my intent was not only that, um, because something you are very interested, very passionate about is want to definitely drives you into that field. So that's why I was even more like, okay, let's find out something. I've looked so many. I've went to so many other academies where they do a Zumba, where they do a proper salsa, hip hop classes, but somehow it did work. But yeah, luckily after one particular event which I've done, then yeah, it changed my life and career.
So that's great, Yash. What we hear is that, you were scoping out what was in Canada. It's a new place to you. And I think that's a good lesson for a lot of us immigrants when we get here. I mean, don't just go into your own cocoon, figure out what's out there. And then, like you did, you have carved out your own niche. And now we have Rain Yash Dance Company. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So as I said, 2016 was where like I started being associated with a couple of with one of the academy, and then I wanted to know basically how the dance market is in Canada, how people will accept or encourage or support basically an artist in Canada, because which I've seen back home, it's all the new which you have to start from the scratch when you are into the new country, and you have to prove them again who you are. That's when the people accept you. And I started exactly the same. The way I have the market in India, the way I have to build up the same market. So I've started working hard from day one to get into the lots of people. It's only one thing which I've learned is like definitely people in Canada are so lovable towards an artist. They will definitely support you no matter what you are and what you does. And so I've got that same support and encouragement from every single one whom I know it in Canada. Because of them, today I've then started my own dance company. So I established my own dance company in 2018, and I named it as Rain Yes Dance Academy. So with lots of support, even after I started, because a new person who is coming all the way from a different part of India, and then people, many of them are already been established, know them since like years and years. So I'm very like a newborn baby towards your kind of country, and you have to prove yourself. Not only me, to whom I represent, like what style I represent, people have to accept that style and love those style, and that's when you're standing in the market. So that's when I formed a group, and definitely I want to thank my entire team of Rainier's Dance Academy, because without them I would definitely been all alone. Like, and I don't do anything without their support. And yes, today we are with in a good name and in the market, and people all love us and support us is because of our hard work and dedication towards our passion of
That
Sulafan.
Amazing. I love your humility, Yash, and that's taken you a long way. The humility and the fact that I have to say this, letting go of ego, with a great lesson you have taught us today, where, you were such an established artist overseas, and, you could have easily said, coming here and put up a, front and say, no, I'm not going to start from scratch. I'm already established. How can I start from scratch? But you let go of that ego, you stayed humble, and you are giving credit to a whole team behind you. So, and I mean, that's taken you a long way, because that's why the hard work and the humility has gotten you the support from the community. And now Rain Yesh Dance Academy is well known in the community. So what do you offer to the community, other than, I mean, the shows that you put up? What is offered through the academy?
So what we are not only does the shows, but I also give out trainings for all kind of age group. Like we used to, before the COVID, we used to have classes conducted for all age groups. So we started with the age of 5 and 6, and we have a different batches. We used to take classes in Brampton, Mississauga, Milton. So all the age group for ladies, especially we have a ladies section where they wanted to do workout sessions, like kind of losing their weight, and they wanted to have fitness. So we used to have a separate section for them, and then we have a teenage group, and then we have a kids group. So these are the separate groups that we used to train them, and we also give an opportunity for them to perform in the biggest events where we happens in GTA. So we get them on the floor, so they also get experience to be dancing in front of a very huge big crowd, and they also love to do that. So that's what we are currently doing it. We are just focusing now to train more kids, and we get them ready as soon as the things get settled, and definitely they wanted to jump in out and they want to dance.
That's a great incentive for any student who's in an academy, because they know eventually if they put in the work, they'll get on that stage and be in front of millions of people. That's amazing, Yash. Now, so other than the Rainish Dance Academy, where again we talked about it, you provide the shows where people can watch you. You're now also a digital content creator. You have a YouTube, and this is great during the pandemic time where we
Yeah.
don't have live shows anymore. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So what happened is was we were not so focused more on digital creator, because as I said, like as we have to start everything from the beginning. Some of the at one point we have to some or the other way we have to begin where we have to showcase the audience not just through the shows but in another platform. That's when 2020 begins, and we started doing the dance covers. So to reach in the year we definitely meet many people, we do shows, people will be interacting with new audience and stuff. Then in year as last year, we all know that due to the pandemic all the shows were stopped out. So then we all were then, okay, now what we gonna do, what new we want to come out with so that we can reach more audience. That's when we decided to do a dance covers on proper Bollywood hit songs, where we can reach more towards the audience so that we don't stop our a dance or whatever that we have to continue it. So that's where we were like, okay, let's focus more on this YouTube. So we started doing it, so, and we have also successful in YouTube so far, because we have reached good number of audience and good views that we are reaching it, and so we are more happy because almost we have done 7 videos last year, and we are very happy with the response that we have got so far.
Well, I must say, Yash, success is at your feet just because you have worked hard for it. And it's amazing. You're an influencer, just starting the YouTube content over 1 year, and you already have thousands and thousands of
Yes.
follows and, millions of viewers. So that's great. And there's more to you even beyond that. Let's find out more, but after this short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to dancer, choreographer, and digital content creator Yashwanth Koppala. So, this is great, Yash. We got to hear your amazing journey from India to Canada, how you now have Rain Yash Dance Academy. But I want to go a few steps back and tell our viewers that there's also an actor in you. Tell us a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
more.
So yes, I have one another part of my career. I've acted in a movie. It's only one movie. I've worked with one of the hero. He's very famous hero's son. So Nagarjuna's son, Naga Chaitanya. So I worked his debut movie as a hero friend character. So it was. I've never thought that I would have definitely like being into the film industry, but that's an opportunity which I got, so I utilized it, and I'm so happy that I've been a part of that for his first debut movie, and it's my first debut movie even as an actor.
Well, you are a go-getter, Yash. I'm not surprised. Like when the opportunity lands, you go and grab it, and that's what's so great about you. So we have learned that you have so many different sides. We learned about the non-artist side, and then you know going right after your passions, and now you're a full-time artist. So we have heard about what's present. Now what do you see yourself doing in the future? So what's your long-term vision as an artist?
Um, so I haven't see. I have a lot of things to do. It basically it's all about the time. So my major goal is like the company has to be on a more standard levels. When I said more standard levels, in the sense I wanted to get it to in a higher way where people not only just see us one as like a regular all the artists, but I wanted to create something new. So when we present ourselves as a Rain Years Dance Program, then it has to be something new, creative. That's what my future goal is, to make this company to be standard it has to keep it in a higher standards. And apart from that, as in personal wise career, so I'm looking forward to become a citizen of Canada very soon. So yeah, that's one of the major goal I have, because it's not so easy, a person coming out from another country, and they have to, yes, make yourself standards in different country. It's a struggle. Everything we have went through, everyone goes through it, and I've also gone through it. So definitely I wanted to set myself, and people has to be loved. Getting a loved by people is a major goal for me, so I'll more focus on that than on my personal. So if we get a support from our people, and if we get loved by the people, definitely they will definitely take us to a higher standard. So that's what I believe in. So I'm always so happy to having a such kind of kind and supportive people in my life.
Very well said. Well, you have the love already. People love you, Yash. I mean, for you as a person and you as an artist. Now, I have to say, with all that you do you get some time for yourself? Like, what do you do when you're not an artist?
I'm more focused on my workouts. So if I'm not dancing,
It's visible.
yeah, exactly. So if I'm not dancing, if I'm have a lot of free time, then I use those free time to work out myself. So I used to go gym, and then get myself have more strength inside me. But now, since it's a lockdown, so I'm like most of the time I'm getting like good free time. And in fact, otherwise be so busy, I'm getting free time sitting in front of TV playing video games. Video game is one of my more also a hobby, favorite hobby. So I see what new games comes into the market, and I start downloading and I start playing those things. So that's how most of the free time. And then again, I also go watch some kind of a move, dance new styles, because that also keeps will see like what exactly current audience are looking at, so that I try to implement in my group.
Very, very, very good. Well, you are working on yourself as a whole, which is helping not just you grow as a person, but also helping the community.
Right.
It's been such a pleasure. It's been inspiring talking to you yesterday. I was wondering, do you have any words of advice for viewers who are watching us who aspire to be like you someday?
Sure. I'm not the advisor person, but I would definitely want to give what suggestions from my end, which exactly I implemented in my life. What I always say to the people is never lose any kind of an opportunity that knocks at your door. Even though it's a small opportunity, we never know that the small opportunity will take you to a different level. So always work hard. Never settle yourself. If you got success in life, and you think that okay, I achieved it, then don't stop where you are, because success and achievements are like a new step, and you has to go on until you reach to your destiny, but it never ends. So always keep trying hard, keep focused, don't lose your focus, and yes, especially don't leave any opportunity that comes on your way.
Very well said. So tell our viewers where we can find you.
So we have a social media platform. So I we are into Facebook, YouTube, even in Instagram. So if you search Rain Yes Dance, so it's REIGNYASH Dance on Facebook. Instagram, YouTube, we will be there, and we even promote like kind of a workshop, and we also do like a clips that we post into the all the social media platforms so that audience try to learn, and they can get trained freely without any charges. And if you want to look into my profile, it's YASHKOPPALA. If you go to the Facebook, Instagram, you can find me over there.
Thank you very much, Yash, or formerly Yashwanth Koppala, for talking to us today and enlightening us about how it's so great to go after your passions and eventually you will succeed. We wish you all the best to you, your team, and the Rain Yash Dance Academy.
Thank you so much. It's first of all, I want to thank every single one who gave me an opportunity. I want to thank Spotlight for having me as your guest, and I'm so happy. And thank you all the viewers. Keep watching, keep supporting us, spread your love to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, that was Mr. Yashwanth Kopala, who has inspired us today to work hard, stay focused on our goal, stay humble, and you will find success. Well, that's a wrap for this week's show. Thank you for watching us. Continue to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and write to us at spotlight@ethnicchannels.com. Until next week, this is Amita signing off, encouraging you to dance like nobody's watching.